A&M has 2 timeouts remaining.
They made a change here. Gundy's back in.
Yeah, they took Blanton out now after Blanton went in and set out. And Gundy is back out on the field. Now, timeout called by Oklahoma. 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go. It is the Sooners 27-14 and not much time remaining. Scott Blanton is back out there now as Oklahoma called a timeout, then decided to go ahead and go for the field goal. Joey Alfred will do the holding, the senior from Pauls Valley, Oklahoma. And Blanton, who had one blocked but hasn't hardly missed any, will hit it a 42-yard attempt. And it is good. What a leg possessed by Scott Blanton. He makes it 30-14. Oklahoma with 2:38 left to play.
Well, they did just what they wanted to do. Go down the field, eat up a lot of clock, like I said before, and kick the field goal. Blanton, good job.
We'll return to Norman for the final 2 minutes and 38 seconds. A&M will have the ball when we come back. Only ate up 6 minutes of time in the fourth quarter as they have dominated this game. R.C. Slocum's wrecking crew defense, for the most part, has been unable to stop Gary Gibbs and Watson Brown's offense. Leland McElroy and Typhel McMullen back for A&M. And McElroy stopped by McMullen from returning it out of the end zone. And the Aggies will get it 1st and 10 with 2:38 to go from the 20-yard line.
You know, it's always a bad sign when you see the head coach with his headset off. And RC that time, he had his headsets off. So I'm pretty much thinking he knows this one's in the bag for the other team, and it's time to get on back home and regroup.
Well, they're going to bring Tommy Preston, the sophomore quarterback, back in for this series. He took him down the field on the previous possession here in the fourth quarter. And he's going to throw on 1st down with protection. Intercepted. Darius Johnson inside the 10. The wrecking crew may be wearing red today.
Yeah, I think they are. Well, there's no feeling like that right there. This is a tipped pass. He had a lot of time. Preston, I mean, maybe he's going to take it up and run the football. Coming over to Miller in man-to-man coverage. Darius Johnson really not in great position. He's kind of trailing, but it's a tip ball. He gets it, and now this is when he's at his best right here. Good job of running after the throw. You're going to see it here. Looked like 3, no. Tyrell Peters tips it, coming over the middle as a linebacker in the hook zone.
1st and goal, a 34-yard return. And from the 9-yard line, touchdown Chandler. Dwayne Chandler just put an exclamation point on Oklahoma's victory over A&M with 2:22 left to play. And the extra point to come, it is 36-14 Sooners. And this may very well be, certainly at this point in his 5th year, Gary Gibbs' biggest victory at Oklahoma.
They're in a single back set, delayed draw up the middle. Everybody's got a hat on everybody. Chandler's going to say that was easy.
Blanton adds yet another extra point to make it 37-14 Oklahoma. Wayne Chandler, a sophomore from Aberdeen, Mississippi. And the Sooner Schooner has been busy today.
The wheels are about to come off that thing.
The ponies are getting tired.
Yeah.
CFA College Football here on ABC Sports, being brought to you today by Lexus Luxury Automobile, the result of a relentless pursuit of perfection. And by Fram Oil Filters. Fram, you can pay a little now or a lot later. Oklahoma band among many enjoying this game here in Norman today.
Well, I hope they are, because they came and woke us up last night.
That was pretty early wake-up call.
Yeah, about 5:30 a.m.
Now they're making just about as much noise right now.
Yeah, at least they're consistent.
It has been all Sooners since the first quarter. A&M with 2 touchdown drives and the yardage, 144-yard difference is total yardage. Oklahoma with 384 against that vaunted A&M defense. Scott Blanton to kick. McElroy, McMullen again deep. And again, even against the wind, Blanton puts it deep in the end zone, and this time McElroy stops McMullen from returning.
I'm surprised they haven't tried to take at least one of those out. I mean,
hey, what do you got to lose?
Yeah, what do you got to lose?
I think McMullen really wanted to return that one.
Yeah, it looks like he's giving him the business there.
2:22 remaining, and tonight, game 3 of our triple-header, number 12, Washington at Ohio State, the 16th ranked Buckeyes. 2 top 20 teams at 7 Central, 6 Mountain. Game 3 of our college football triple-header for you on ABC Sports tonight. Detron Smith and Leland McElroy in the backfield. McElroy, big hole. Out to about the 28 or 9 on first down. Dragged down by Paul Oates, number 55, who's in there at linebacker, a sophomore out of Gainesville, Texas. And Larry Bush, the free safety, number 31.
Starting to see some substitutions now in the secondary for Oklahoma.
The snap out of the shotgun, well wide of Tommy Preston. Oklahoma scores! Paul Oates! Unbelievable!
And look at the Oklahoma sidelines. It's 37-14, or it was, and now look at them. You know, it's like they're getting better and better as the game goes on here. They want more. They want to see 50 today, I guess.
Chris Dowson, the center, a senior for A&M, and a very good center. Inexplicably, with a bad snap. And the young sophomore quarterback, Tommy Preston, was running for his life. Maybe it was Preston's. Oh, but he got the snap. Preston had his back. Let's look at it again.
I believe this is the play here.
Here it is.
It's just a shotgun snap, and it looked like a punt snap. And the mistake that Preston makes here is to get on the ball.
Yep.
I understand it's late in the game, you're down by a lot, make something happen, but hey, get on the football and avoid this right here.
And what a thrill for Paul Oates, who doesn't play that much. 6'3", 230, a sophomore. Not only did he make a tackle on the previous play, but he breaks through to pick up the fumble and score. Timeout called. Terrence Brown, the backup quarterback, in there for Oklahoma, and then immediately calling timeout. The Sooners have 1 timeout remaining. Brown is a redshirt freshman from Fort Bend, Texas, and they were lining up to go for 2, giving Terrence Brown a little experience. They ruled that ball down. They have ruled the ball to be down. They haven't put the score up on the scoreboard.
Are they ruling that was a...
They ruled that he recovered it and could not advance it beyond the 3.
Ball.
It's apparently 1st and goal from the 3-yard line.
Well,
it sure didn't look like it on the replay.
That's a new one on me. It didn't look like it up here.
Not at all. Let's go back and look at it again.
Did his knee touch? If his knee touched...
Preston slips down trying to get it. Here comes Oates. He has it. He has it. Looks like he's over the goal line. Looked like he was over the goal line, but from the 3, Michael Thompson in a tailback is stuffed by Atkinson.
Atkinson, a projected first rounder. A lot of scouts are really high on him as an inside linebacker.
Now let's go look at the end of the play again when Oates picked up the ball. The goal line is right there in the front of your screen. Is that ball over the goal line?
It's It seems,
he and the ball are over the goal line.
it seems like they're saying he can't advance it.
Inside handoff, Thompson touchdown. Michael Thompson breaking tackles and banging it in. Long day for R.C. Slocum and the Aggies as the sophomore Michael Thompson out of Clovis, New Mexico gets into the scoring parade. It's 43-14 Oklahoma with the extra point to come.
See, this is when football is fun right here. They already got Watson Brown with the water and all that. This is when it's fun to play football. You practice all week hard, and you want it to pay off in some kind of fashion, and this is perfect for OU right now.
Scott Blanton has been busy and has, as usual, done very well. A kicking game helping Oklahoma. Thompson's touchdown and the extra point make it 44-14, a 30-point victory for Oklahoma over the favored A&M Aggies.
Who would have thought it would have turned out like this? Sure, you might have thought there would have been a 44-14 score, but here's a drenching right here. He has no idea it's coming. He's all happy, getting congrats. Yikes.
Langston, the center, getting his offensive coordinator. And the Sooner Schooner may be put away for the final time.
Or are they going to re-rivet the wheels back on?
Yeah, the ponies are looking for some water. They've been busy. Well, I'll tell you what, in all of this, Watson Brown's new offensive attack and what they've done to the wrecking crew defense of A&M, we cannot overlook the job that the Oklahoma defense did today.
Well, Bob Toledo, offensive coordinator for A&M, he said defensively right now, Oklahoma plays a lot of percentages. They make you go down the field on them, and they don't want you to have a big play. They had some big runs with Thomas, but outside of that, they have really stuck to what they were going to play, and that's what Tom Hayes said he was going to do. And they just had to clamp down on them, stop the run, and they stopped it early enough. They let some big ones get away later, but they stopped it early enough that later on A&M just couldn't use it and come back and be effective.
Blanton making sure everybody gets on sides. McElroy and McMullen again back deep to receive for A&M. We have just a minute and 16 seconds remaining in the game. This one's returnable by McMullen. Out to about the 28 or 9. Knocked down by Paul Oates.
Okay, I guess they heard us last time because they took this one out.
Well, finally, Blanton's leg must be getting tired enough to where he couldn't fight through that wind and get it into the end zone.
Yeah, 44 points it ought to be.
Well, here's what the Sooners have remaining. This is their overall schedule. Of course, not showing you today's game. But the Big 8 and the big one with Texas, of course, always hard to pick.
Yeah.
Stormy Case in at quarterback. Good run by McElroy. And Leland McElroy with a first down out to about the 43. Oklahoma with pretty much the third team defense in there now. Keith Sparks, number 61 on the stop. And here's what A&M has to look forward to. Of course, most of their games remaining, with the exception of the Missouri game in the Big 8. Southwest Conference affairs, except for Louisville.
By no means for A&M is this any kind of show of things to come in the future, but you know, they're going to have to address some problems that they've had here today and go back and get down to business and get it corrected.
Case pitching it to McElroy, trying to get outside. He does and stays inbound as he gets to about the 46 of Oklahoma.
You know, if you're coming into the game as a backup right now, or second team, third team, whatever it is for Oklahoma, you want to show everything you've got. You want to play well. You don't get a lot of chance. You don't get a lot of reps. You're taking all the scout team reps and practices. It's not exactly the most enlightening experience being a scout team player. But right now, this is their chance to shine. And even though half the people have left the stadium, you have got to go out there and do a good job and show why you should be out there.
Rodney Thomas with a big game in spite of the loss. He really as the main man in the drives that led to A&M's 2 scores with his 106 yards rushing. And, you know, Ron, how much do you think a negative effect the suspensions have had on this team? It's a hard thing to judge.
Well, you know, like I told you before, I had a conversation with my father, Elijah, last night, and I asked him that same question, and he said, you know, one thing that nobody's thinking about is what kind of effect that talk up there and those suspensions is going to have on this team.
Stormy Case with his first pass. It's tipped. Is it intercepted? Yes. Picked off in the secondary after the ball was tipped. Larry Bush with the interception, and yet another turnover as time runs out. It has been a day for the Big Red that they will long remember. Our Chevrolet players of the game this afternoon: Rodney Thomas for A&M with his 106 yards rushing, and Oklahoma quarterback Cale Gundy, who had 13 of 24 for 167 yards and 2 touchdowns. Stay with us. We'll be back with the post-game show on ABC Sports in just a minute. Beaten the Texas A&M Aggies 44-14. And while, Ron, the OU offense, or defense rather, did a very good job, forced turnovers, the kicking game was great.